Well, I see you're excited, Chowder. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. Ah, feels good to be at this point. I'm really ready for some CrossCode. I've been waiting on this for a little too long. And, I mean, I guess I kind of forgot about CrossCode for a while there, because I bought DLC for it, I don't remember how long ago, intending to play it, and then kind of forgot. But here I am. CrossCode's my favorite game. I mean, I kind of said that in like the notification already, but it's true. This is my favorite game. I remember when I was in our previous Discord server, I talked about CrossCode so much that I was essentially labeled a shill for the game. Because I just kept talking so favorably about it. But as much as I did, I actually never wrote a review for the game. I intended to. I played the game for, Steam says, 80-something hours. And both my save files I have say somewhere in like the 50-60 range each, I guess. Although one of those is just a New Game Plus, I think. Well, I guess the reason why I want to play some CrossCode now is because I want to relive the game fresh. I love this game so much, and I want to just kind of start from the beginning again. And it's been enough years now. It's been 3 years, I think. Maybe it's a little less than 3 years. But point is, I kind of want to just start at the beginning, experience it as fresh as it gets, so I can at least, I guess, remember what happens in the story, because I don't remember all the story beats. And it'll probably help me for remembering and learning all the mechanics again. So it'll be great all around. But all that would be leading up to the DLC, which is kind of like a story expansion, as well as a whole new area, and even a full, at least what the store page says, longer and better final dungeon than all the other dungeons in the game. So that should be a great time. So, without further ado, I'm ready. Do let me know if the volume ends up being bad. I tried to balance it while I was doing some test recordings, but the volume might be too loud or too soft. And that goes for the balance of the sounds and the music too. So just let me know if anything seems off. This is an example of my previous files, so they're showing in the 54, 61 hour, whatever. But at least for right here, right now, I'm gonna start completely fresh. Not a New Game Plus, but I'm just gonna start a brand new regular file. I'm ready. CrossCode is designed with challenge in mind for both competent puzzles, and we encourage every player to try the game with its intended difficulty. However, if those challenges end up making the game less enjoyable, or even inaccessible for you, we provide options to tweak the difficulty through the Assist tab in the option menu. I don't think I ever touched that. Ah, I remember now. The game starts a little funky. It's all stuff to set the stage for later. I know you can hear me. Where is he? Shizuka, I have to ask you to leave. So you're keeping me here. What do you think you're doing? Time is running short. We don't have a choice. So you abduct a dying person and let him work until his last breath? Is that it? I'm going to talk some sense into him. Don't get in my way. Shizuka, please don't do this. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further. Really? Dodging and attacking. Hey, it's a tutorial. That works out. You'll have to do better than that. You know this is what he wants as well. Sure, you'd like to think that. You won't listen. Cold-based? How very creative. So, I think this is where it's trying to teach it that there's going to be elemental weaknesses in the game. So she swapped automatically to fire. Weak to heat, how surprising. Almost there. If you interrupt him, all of his hard work will be lost. Don't do this! So, that never should have happened in the first place. Okay, this is it. You don't know when to stop, do you? Just watch. And of course, there's super flashy special attacks. You can throw as many enemies at me as you like. The level threshold doesn't exactly work in your favor. Satoshi. Sister. What do you think you're doing? You are in no condition to do this kind of work now. All you should do is rest. Why should I rest when I'm way beyond recovery? I need to finish this work. It's my final task. I told you about the agreement. I finish this, and they will let you go. No, I don't want this. Satoshi, stop it. It is done. No! Shizuka, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I got you involved in this. Just promise me that you will get away. Please. CrossCode. Oh. It's giving me this prompt because at one point I also bought like an optional skin for the main character. Just for, I guess, the natural experience. I'm gonna go ahead and not choose that. There you are. Initialization successful. Oh, it's a speech synchronization malfunctioning? Apparently. Well, something just had to go wrong. But you understand me, correct? Okay, we will make it work somehow. You are probably confused about this situation, correct? Alright, let's take small steps. Do you remember VRPs? Virtual ricochet projectiles? Balls? Okay, you seem to remember. Carla, we are ready. Please initiate the training sequence. VRPs are your most essential tool and weapon. They are basically like balls. Your task is to hit all these robots with VRPs. So, give it a shot. Or rather, a throw! This ends up being the main puzzle mechanic for the most part, using this projectile. And then ends up getting crazier and crazier and crazier with all kinds of puzzles that use ricocheting off walls and all kinds of awesome stuff. Nice work! Well, just to be sure, let us repeat this exercise with an extended distance. Something particular about VRPs, they are not affected by gravity. Thus, no matter how far you throw, VRPs will not fall to the ground. I probably should mention now that I plan to use a controller for the whole game. There's mouse and keyboard, but I'd rather stick with controller. I'm more comfortable with that. Very good. Okay, next let us enable the charge mode. You activate charged VRPs by aiming for a longer time. Let us practice right away. Charge modes allows for the throwing of larger VRPs. Those charged VRPs will ricochet on walls. That is the reason for their name, you see. Using charged VRPs, you can hit the target with the red circle. Easy enough, right? Okay, enough practice with VRPs. It's about time we put you down on your feet. Carla, we are done here. You can terminate the flotation sequence. Hey there, girl. Welcome to our cozy cargo hold. My name's Carla. Nice to meet you. You sure are a quiet one. Apparently there's an issue with her speech synchronization. She still understands us, though. No way! Is there a way to fix it? I do not know yet. I will have to look into that. Anyway, I'm sure we'll be able to understand each other somehow. Non-verbal communication, you know? Atta girl. Still, kinda would like to know your name. Sergi, can you help us out here? Right, her name is... Leah. Just a note, when I first played through this game, I just... in my head, I guess, always called her Lee. I thought her name was Lee, but just before streaming this, I decided to try to look for a consensus on what her name actually is pronounced. It definitely looks like the consensus is Leah. So I'm gonna go with that. Leah? Well, ain't that sweet. Well then, Leah, ready to get up? We gotta get you ready for what's coming. Ball throwing and the like, you know? And I got just the thing prepared for you. Follow me. Yeah, in general, I just happen to like controller. Platformers, like you said, definitely for controller. It's just that, I guess this kinda counts like a platformer. There is a lot of platforming, come to think of it. Alright, let's get started. Your task is to reach the door at the other end of this room. And don't mind me, I'll just stick around and keep an eye on you. Well, I might give you some hints, if you ask nicely, you know? Nice goggles. Oh yeah, never mind the visor. I just need this to see what you're doing. Do not worry about it for now. We will explain to you later on. I keep wanting to use melee, but it seems I'm only allowed to use the projectiles right now. And all this tutorial stuff comes in super handy because this game ends up being rather puzzle-focused, especially in the more dungeony areas. Girl, you sure are natural with that ball thing. Carla, they are called VRPs, not balls. Ah, come on, nobody calls them that anymore, you know? Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, that won't work. That would explain it. Well done. Yeah, that was all. It's a small room. Ha, finally, this one's my favorite. Here you can go wild on these robot mice. Moving target practice. Have fun, girl. Still no melee, darn. Alright, well the reason why that's even a bother to me is I think I ended up liking melee considerably more than the ranged. At least for combat purposes. But both are fantastic, to say the least. What I'll have to mention is, one of the major reasons why I ended up loving this game is just how... I guess the best word is gonna have to be smooth the combat ends up feeling. Just everything flows together so perfectly. I'm not used to that in games. I mean, everything usually works well enough, don't get me wrong. It's just that in this game, it's particularly amazing. It's probably something that would be very difficult for me to explain just with words. You'd probably have to try it for yourself to know what I mean. Welcome to the Rat's Fortress, standing unpenetrated for centuries. Apparently somebody had a fun time putting this together. Did I miss any up there? No. That's where they all are. In these boxes. Whoa, slow down there, girl. Just a short warning. Here you'll meet your first real enemies. And by real, I mean those things will, in fact, attack you. Don't get me wrong, they're really easy, but still. If you do get beat down, your respawn point is right in this room. That means there's no real danger. Go ahead and kick some ass. Just a moment. Let me enable the dash module before we start the battle. Okay, that'd be important. Dash is essential in battle since it helps you to quickly dodge enemy attacks at any time. Right he is. Now please enter to the right in order to proceed with the ass kicking. You can only dash up to 3 times in a row. You can dash at any time even while aiming. Well, isn't that super convenient? That's the kind of stuff I don't quite remember. A bit of advice, hit them with the charge balls to cancel their attacks. Oh, that's right. That'll probably end up being important. That would have been the moment to hit them with the charged one. Yeah, okay. I see the benefit. Yes! That was awesome, girl. Sergi, you weren't kidding. She's really got a knack for battling. Yeah, that sure takes me back. Hey, champ, get your adrenaline down again for a second. You gotta add a bit more edge to your arsenal. A sharp one, that is. I see that got your attention. Sergi, you finished? Yes, unlocking virtual proximity impact. Now. For melee, okay. Great, with those close combat strikes, called VPI, you can quickly tear through several targets in your path at once. Only them close ones, of course. You got that? Sharp as a blade. Now start by clearing that path for us, will you? Wait there for another sec. Yeah, I know. The second waited is an attack wasted. Still, you should know that your strikes have enough punch to interrupt some attacks. So you can just pummel your opponents without giving them a chance to strike back. Sounds like a plan, am I right? So go get him. Just for sheer damage output, I think that's why I always like the melee. Nice moves, they didn't even see it coming. Standard VPA was not modeled after boxing. And another victory for our fearless gladiator Leah. A boxing gladiator. Would you look at all those cowards ganging up on you? But don't panic, just keep moving and strike fast. Okay, might get a little chaotic with me trying to read all of that. Goes by pretty quickly. Amazing work. Numbers sure can't beat skill. And you just crossed the finish line. Congrats! Seriously, Go, that was quick. It's like you've never forgotten the basics at all. Oh my, you still look so puzzled about all this. I suppose it is about time we explain all the circumstances. You bet it is, but let's take a short break before that, okay? I still need to report to the captain. He wants to meet Leah as well. Good idea. Let's not keep Jet waiting for too long. Come on, Leah, right this way. Alright, up to the bridge. Oh yeah, Leah, just a heads up, the captain's kinda grumpy, but don't worry about it. That's just the way he is. Cap, I'm back with the report. I see, go on. The initiation, a total cinch. Here's the avatar, name's Leah. Aye, hard to miss that, lass. Hope you didn't run into everything with those horns there. Horns?! Wait, don't tell me you didn't notice the horns till now, Leah. Anyway, make sure you clean up that mess you started down in the cargo hold soon. Yes, Cap. I hope Sergi is satisfied. Is he around? Yeah, just give me a sec to set up your headset. Hello there, Jet. My good man, it's been a long time. Indeed. You're still clinging to that jetpack, I see. You know I'd never travel the sea without good old Betty. Anyway, I hope he too will be ready to travel on soon. Having a darn avatar on board is just calling for trouble. Of course, we will make this as brief as possible. Gee, Cap, what kind of welcome is that supposed to be? Besides, ain't we talking to Jet, former VRP dueling champ? You keep telling us all about your combat moves from the old days. So here I thought maybe you'd want to give Leah a small combat lesson. You're telling me that wee lass is up for a battle? Oh, you bet she is. Right, we'll see about that. Just talk to me later today. Sweet! Now then, you're dismissed. You can show the lass around the ship, but don't you stir up any trouble. Alright, Captain. Come on, Leah, it's time for some fresh air. Welcome aboard the MS Solar. Now's probably a good time to mention another reason why I love this game. I love the visual style of this game so much. Quite the ship, huh? You know, this view here is nice, but you gotta see what's beyond the bow. We're currently steering towards Rhombus Square. That's something to look at. Actually, why not go to the bow and explain the situation to Leah there? Seeing Rhombus Square will make it easier for her to understand, correct? Hey, good thinking, Sergi. Follow me, Leah. Nuh-uh, your internet's bad. What happened? Then how bad we talking about? There she is, the Avatar! And she's a Spheromancer class. How awesome is that? Looks like you got your first fan, Leah. Hey there, Carla. Good to see you. About all these strange boxes here. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to clean that up. But right now I had to take care of the Avatar, you know? I'll do it in a bit, okay? See you later. There she goes again. She said exactly the same thing yesterday. A Spheromancer, so awesome! That was this way. It's a bit of a walk, though. Just follow me. Carla, what were all those destructible boxes doing in that room anyway? I was just practicing how to use those things, you know? Probably should have done that somewhere else. Nah, look who's here. You must be that Avatar, right? Oh then, welcome to the MS Solar. If you lean over the railing a bit, you might even see the name of the ship. Boy, make sure you don't fall into the sea. I'm pretty sure avatars are bad at swimming. I'm pretty sure they were talking about this way. Yeah, okay. Now, girl, have a look at this. Okay, where to start? How about, welcome to Crossworlds! One step at a time, Carla. Leah, do you remember the concept of an MMO? Sure. Alright. Now, Crossworlds is like an MMO, just with one striking difference. The world of this game is not virtual, it is real. All players are remotely connected to this world through special avatars. These avatars have a physical form and are tightly connected to all 5 senses of the player. And you, Leah, are currently logged into this game as well. Oh, me? No, I'm not a player. I just work here. In fact, you're the only avatar on this whole ship. That is correct. This cargo ship belongs to the maintenance staff of Crossworlds. The actual game takes place in the land you see over there, the playground. The reason you are here, Leah, is because you are not a regular player. You have lost your memory, and we are trying to recover it. You see, you have been in this game before. Being logged into this game, there is a chance you might remember your past, and that is why we would try to get you into the real playground soon. Yeah, in fact, you'll be going to that glass palace of a city over there. That's Rhombus Square. It's where all players start. Well, I guess this cleared up some things at least, right? Alright then, I think this is a good time to split. I'm gonna go talk to the captain and try to set up that combat lesson for you. Meanwhile, you can have a look around the ship if you like. The crew knows about you. I guess you already noticed that, right? You can meet me and the captain later. Until then, just make sure not to fall into the water, girl. By the way, Leah, I had a closer look at those speech synchronization issues. Unfortunately, I do not think I'll be able to fix them soon. However, I found a little workaround. I might be able to hard-code specific audio patterns into your speech module. That means you'll be able to say certain words. That should help a bit, correct? So, let us try it out. New word embedded. Hi. Hi! Hi! Hi, hi, hi! It works. That should help you start some conversations with the crew here. Hi! I love that. Hello there, you must be a guest on the ship, right? Why, don't be shy. We seamen all look rough, but we're easygoing folks, really. You want to know what I'm doing here? Sure. I'm currently checking up on the solar panels here. These are your primary energy source, so they better work properly. Otherwise, our nice and shiny MS Solar won't budge a centimeter. Trust me, being stuck in the ocean too long is not something you want to experience. Huh, I suppose he did not even notice you were an avatar. Well, the human appearance is pretty convincing. Except for the hair color. Dude, I know you're new around here, but really, you gotta be more relaxed about all this. What? Just because I was too quick about cleaning duty? It wasn't really that much. Well, if you keep this up, people will notice. Oh hey, you're the avatar girl, right? Hi! I was just giving our newbie here a lesson. Hey, I've been working here for 6 months. You sure? Before you know it, you'll be cleaning the whole deck front to back every day. Wow. Okay, well that doesn't sound fun. I'm the kind of player that always wants to talk to everybody. Every last NPC. Oh my, that's some extremely colorful hair you have there. I had heard that avatar designs tend to be flamboyant, but really? And those horns too. You're not happy about them either, huh? Now I have to wonder who put those things on you. Yeah, it was Sergi. Hi! Oh, avatar incoming. I must say I'm surprised. I expected the embodiment of some gamer kiddie's wildest dreams. Lots of beefcake and such. Yet here we have such a cute girl. Too bad that doesn't really say anything about the player's actual appearance. Just like in the old days of MMOs, some things never change. Ain't that the truth? Hi! Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Wait, who are you? Oh, right, I remember now. You're that pseudo-robot thing. Oh, no offense. You see, I just recently had this discussion with a colleague. It was about avatars being the same as robots. And I have to insist they are not. Avatars are just some fragile, temporary collection of instant matter. Everybody knows real robots are made of metal, like these beauties here. So I just can't share the excitement of my colleagues about your presence. You're just an avatar. No true robot, see? Anyway, I had to take care of my babies here, so if you'll excuse me. Wow, okay. So what's instant matter? Hi! Sorry, I'm busy checking the containers here. Can't climb the ladder? Drat. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like an additional dialogue. Oh, Miss Avatar is back. Hi. Whoop! She talked to me. Gee, calm down there, fellow. Anyway, Carla just passed by us again. She told us that you could take care of all these boxes here. I mean, really, can you believe that woman? Now she's loading off her work on our guests. Well, she has a point. It's easy to destroy these boxes with your avatar weapons, right? Awesome! Please, I want to see that. Well, no pressure, you know? You are our guest after all. But you'd help us out a lot. So, will you destroy the boxes for us? Yes! Show us the balls! Woohoo! This is amazing! Well, it certainly works. That's really all you wanted? Compared to some other stuff, this is pretty easy. Ah, hello, Piggy. Yes, indeed, the game you've heard all about. That should be all of them. All cleared. Truly amazing. I'm really surprised how quick those balls were flying. What are you even talking about? I didn't see any balls. Only those boxes disappearing for whatever reason. Yeah, you need to wear these AR goggles to see them. The balls and their impact are all, like, virtual and stuff. I see, so that's why you've been wearing those goofy glasses all day. Goofy? You know nothing about style, lady. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, thanks a lot for the help. Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Avatar. I got a friend back home who's a regular CrossWorlds player. I seriously envy him. I didn't have the money for the game and now, well, I'm on a ship. But at least now I can claim to have seen a real-life Avatar in person. Maybe someday I'll finally be able to play CrossWorlds as well. And then, who knows, we might just meet again. Until then, Ms. Avatar. Dear me, I never knew my colleague was such a geek. The whole day he's been blabbing about CrossWorlds and avatars and whatnot. Yeah, admittedly CrossWorlds is pretty amazing. I still find it hard to believe they managed to get all the resources to essentially turn this moon into a high-technology theme park. I suppose it's a good thing they did. It's a steady income for me, being a small cog in this machine. Okay, well that took a turn at the end there. Well, I guess I can explore everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean places I haven't been to yet. Oh, this is the captain. Well, I locked upon it. Hi! Whoa, you spoke! Is your voice finally back? No. Hi. Wait, that ain't right. Her speech synchronization is still malfunctioning. I just hard-coded the word hi into her speech module. that is all she can say for now. I am currently working on adding more words. I see, it's a start, I suppose. Anyway, the Cap and I here have been planning out your combat training, girl. We're almost set and good to go, right? Aye, this is gonna be interesting. Well, I'm off to my cabin for some final preparations. I'll be done in no time, so just stick with the captain, okay? See you later! Aye, I'll be back on the bridge. You can talk to me when you're ready for the lesson. Make sure you're prepared. I'll be expecting your full attention. You two over there. Make sure you clean up the galley after you're done cooking, understand? Aye, aye, Captain! It's not like we forgot since the last time he told us. Yeah, wasn't that yesterday? I don't want to miss any NPC. I'm gonna talk with all of them. Oh, they've got showers in there. Well, that's pretty nifty. Can't talk, must defeat responding enemy. Oh, I thought they canceled this game. Dang it! Oh well. He seems pretty engaged with the game. We should just let him play. Oh, you must be the avatar the captain told us about. Hi! Well, feel free to check out the ship. It's just one of the smaller ships of the Solar class, but it does its job. But I suggest you don't go near the room across the hall. But that's... Hey there, Leah. You better not keep the captain waiting. Wait, Carla, is this your room? Sure is. Something wrong with it? How did you do it? Do what? This room. I did nothing. I can see that. I mean, how did Jet not see this room? Ah, I see. Well, you'll have to wait for another time to hear my secrets, I guess. Better go to the bridge. The Cap wants to show Leah some new tricks as soon as possible. What? You are not curious, Leah? Well, I guess we should go then. So, for some reason she's the only one allowed to keep a messy room, huh? I see how it is. This is weird. How does Carla do it? I will find out. Someday. You're the avatar go we were warned about, right? Sorry, but I need to pay attention to the radar. There you are. It's about darn time for your combat lesson. You ready? Sure. Good, let's go to the balcony. Good, here we are. Carla, are you ready up there? Yes, Cap, don't forget the goggles. Aye. Haven't worn these for some time. Alright then, time to start. I was told you learned the basics down in the cargo hold. Still, first I want you to show me your grip on aiming and throwing. Carla, prepare the target bot. Time to say hello to an old friend. Listen carefully. I want you to hit that robot from this distance 10 times. And do it quickly, got that? I see you understand the basics well enough. That'll make things easier. Carla, we need that turret now. Time to turn on old Betty. Next, we'll be practicing the dash. The turret will now start shooting at you. I want you to do two things. First, keep your aim on the turret, but don't throw anything. Second, dodge the turret's bullets without losing your aim. Alright then, let's start. Well that was faster. Don't you even think about simply walking past them shots. Dash at the right moment. Okay, that time too early. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna have to practice up my, reflexes for this, I guess. Nice work. Enough of dodging. Now try to handle this attack class. Hey, that's cheating! What the heck was that? Don't you know how to do a darn guard, lass? Actually, Jet, as a matter of fact, she does not. I forgot to activate her guard module. Sergi, are you serious? You can't send that lass into battle without a proper shield. Yes, I will fix that right now. Good, so now you have your shield. Need an introduction on how it works? Yeah, I think so. Alright, then listen closely. Alright, basics first. Just show me the shield. B or LB without moving. Okay. Good. Note that the shield will only block the front. Always look in the direction of the attack. And finally, you can even aim during guard. It's slow, but it works. Alright, got the basics? Sure. Good. Now it's about time you try to block this swarm of balls, right? Here goes! Yeah, that's way better. Very good. That's all the basics I can teach you for now. Now, to round everything up, let's have a proper battle against the turret where you can use everything you learn. Though there'll be a little surprise waiting for you. I'll let you take a short breather. Talk to me when you're ready. Yeah, I'm ready. That's what I like to hear. Let the battle begin. Oh. Forgot I'm supposed to block that. Shield? You get to have a shield too? That's awful. Fine, I'll use melee. Oh, wait. Oh, there's not that much room for it. Captain! I'm sorry to interrupt, but we need it on the bridge, right now. What's the matter? Something is approaching us, and quickly. Bloody darn timing. Sorry, lass, we had to stop here. Duty calls. Carla, you clean up the balcony first and come to the bridge afterwards. Understood. Girl, I have no idea what's going on here, but it'd be better for you to go inside too. It's still on the radar. They're approaching us at high velocity. No transmission, no darn ship to see. What's going on here? Captain, I think I caught her on satellite. You gotta see this. What a peculiar location we have here. It's a darn cargo ship, you dauber. You look like someone who jumped right out of Crossworlds. This ship is not part of the bloody playground. So don't be a nuisance and get lost. We are aware of the nature of this place, yet we perceive the presence of another misplaced individual. That's none of your bloody business. Get off the ship and back to the game you came from. Foolish mortal, do you truly believe we will abide by your command? Did you just call me a mortal, you nutcase? You better leave right now or I'll be glad to tighten your grip on reality. You bore us. We choose to no longer converse with the likes of you. Besides, our search has already been concluded. Hi. You. You do not belong here. You need to be removed. Wait, you seem all too familiar. Why, it can't be. Indeed, it might be a mere coincidence. Oh, but we most definitely have a way to be certain. What a convenient stage we have here. Now, it is time to face your trial. Let us see if you are the genuine article. A display of your talent shall suffice as proof. Leah, do you hear me? I am just as confused about this whole situation as you are. It is certainly a mess, but we will get you out of this. For now, take on this challenge and keep him busy. I know, this enemy looks intimidating, but do not lose hope. I am confident you'll be able to handle this. Because I can see its battle stats. They match your level. That's convenient. Hey, it's a boss! Okay, that's a lot of zeros. Oh boy. Oh, doesn't that look like a weak spot? Alright, I see how it is. Oh jeez, I gotta get way out of there. This is what we're supposed to call giant enemy crab. I'm sure that's intentional. Why does it have a shipping container on the top of it, now that I think about it? Yeah, that seems like a design flaw here, buddy. The shipping container is what making the weak spot even appear. Yeah, that's definitely an easy enough first boss. Level up? Alright, I like level ups. The spinning motion, one cannot find it twice in this world. Truly, there is no doubt about it. When was the last time we have laid eyes upon you? You within your incomplete vessel. Yes, you have our utmost interest. You will come with us. Greetings from the Solar Fist, you pile of instant matter. What's this? Your divine powers can't handle a proper explosion. Why, this is preposterous. Okay, lass, you need to get off the ship right now. Carla, get her back to the teleporter as fast as possible, and tell me when she's off the ship. I'll make sure no trace of Crossworlds is left on my ship. Got it, Cap. Follow me, girl. Well, well, our endeavor has not been concluded. You will not escape our will. He already caught up? Leah, those are high-level opponents. Do not fight them. Run to the teleporter. You got it. We can sense your fear. Your every step. Your escape is futile. For some reason, this is one of my favorite tracks, actually. I think it only plays here, but I might be misremembering. Oh, no you don't. Jump over the container, girl. I can dodge. Wait, you just teleported into the room. Damn, how are we gonna pass this one? Wait, I got an idea. You just added stuff to the room. That's cheating in its own right. Carla, instant matter builder at your service. Here we are again. Time for you to leave this party. Come on, sweetie. This isn't the time for tearful goodbyes. Besides, there are those guys. Goodbye, Leah. Enjoy Crossworlds. Well, that's one way to introduce yourself. You darn pile of instant matter. Stop putting your trash all over the ship. This ain't gonna go nowhere. Jet, we did it. But you almost got us. There are probably some enemies left down in the cargo hold. Putting even more trash in my cargo hold. Okay, that's it. Playtime is over. Crew, activate the neutralizer. You're meddling with matters that are not of your concern. This is my ship. Daubers like you mess with my ship are on the bloody top of my list of concerns. I said it before, I'll say it again. This cargo ship is not part of the bloody playground. They just shattered into a million pieces. What the bloody hell was that all about? I love the art for this game so much. We did it, Leo. I still cannot believe what just happened on the MS Solar. Anyway, we are now in the official playground. This area is packed with all kinds of security measures. More interference from that blue individual is highly unlikely here. For now, let's just proceed. This is Rhombus Square, or more precisely, Newcomer's Bridge. This is the official introduction to Crossworlds. I placed you right in front of the last part. It is important that we do this part the official way to avoid suspicion. Ah, yes, speaking of suspicion. Listen, Leo. It is absolutely essential that you pass as a regular player. We must avoid being reported at any cost. Hi? Ah, yes. Do not worry too much about your synchronization issues. You are in fact not the first player with these problems. Anyway, just be careful, okay? Not the only one who can't talk, huh? That feels like a bug that needs worked out. Congratulations on reaching the 3rd stage of Newcomer's Bridge. You have just arrived at the final waiting area. You can take a break here and enjoy the view. Once you are ready, proceed to the teleporter at the other end of this area to enter the final stage. That just reminded me. Sometimes I couldn't tell what was supposed to be the, I guess, NPCs of the world versus the players of this MMO world. Most of these players here should be newcomers just like you. Veterans usually skip this part, obviously. This is seriously high up. Yeah, good thing they added these laser railings. Yes, gotta love lasers. Movement blocking lasers. The best type of laser there is. Is that the best kind of laser? I thought people liked the more damaging kind of lasers. Come on, there's no need to be afraid. You know I can't deal with heights. It's all just a game, there's no danger, you know? I know, it just feels so real. Just give me some time, okay? Alright. Hi! Oh hey, what's up? What's the matter? First a greeting and now silence. You're a strange one. Sorry, that came across the wrong way. You must be here for the view. It's gorgeous, right? Crossworlds expands over the whole land you see over there. People call it the croissant because the island is shaped like one. Precursor to Sword Art Online. Yeah, I could see that for sure. I don't really watch anime. I only know Sword Art Online kind of sort of from just the internet at large, but I kind of get the idea there. Dang, I can barely see a thing. You should totally choose a short avatar, they said. It'll be so cute, they said. Just great. You're in the same boat, huh? So they get to choose what they look like. And she was convinced to make a small person, Dear Seekers, you are about to enter the final stage of Newcomer's Bridge. You'll be confronted with a multitude of puzzle and combat situations. Make use of all the skills you learned at the previous stages. Expect your skill set to be further expanded over the course of the final stage. As a reward for passing Newcomer's Bridge, you will be granted access to the mainland. Why does this guy look so funky? Everybody else kind of looks generic enough. Oh. Pardon, didn't see you there. Hi. Bonjour. You are new here too. but I have not noticed you up here before. Oh, does this mean you caught up after me? Huh, you must be very quick with the tutorials. But I got the hang of it now too. You will not beat me on the last tutorial stage, no. Let's meet at the end. I will be waiting. Au revoir. Very competitive, this one. Please step on the red teleport panel to enter the final stage. Wait a minute. Croissant? No! No! Come on! No! Don't do that to me! Is that the deal? Ah. Is it because of CrossCode? Croissant? Oh no. Anyway. Oh, they added a welcome sign. Very hospitable. Are you looking for that redhead pentafist from before? Well, I am afraid you will not find her here. You see, each player is placed into a separate instance of these rooms. You will find plenty of puzzles ahead. You really would not want other players to interfere around here. So it is all about who will be fastest by themselves, right? I guess so. Alright, Leah, I'll be gone for a couple minutes. I'll contact Jet and Carla and try to investigate that blue individual. I am sure you'll be fine by yourself. See you later. Hi. I really have to work on your vocabulary. Puzzles! Okay, well, here's to hoping that I won't be doing too poorly with puzzles. I tend to be pretty dang bad at puzzles in general. But as long as I learn the mechanics as I go, I'll be fine. I've technically done all the puzzles before. I should be alright. Problem is I don't remember them. So that part doesn't help me as much. Wait, I think I see what it wants. Oh, almost. Bunch of ricocheting. That'll work. Oh, combat. Alright. Just smash them all up. Power up. Quick menu activated. Press and hold the left trigger to open the quick menu. Consume items. Open the map. Inspect the environment. The inspect bit lets you see what certain things are. A chest, but what is inside? Sandwich. Green leaf tea. Okay, those would be the consumables. Now I'm remembering. Oh, you get to see the stats of the enemies, that's right. Since the door's opened, I guess I'm going that way. Okay, yeah, this is definitely to teach me about ricocheting these, projectiles. It's making darn sure I know how to ricochet the projectiles. Or just use them in general in this case. I guess it's easy enough to get the hang of. The only thing is, admittedly, I'm sure mouse and keyboard's a little nicer for aiming these things, but I still like the convenience of the controller overall. Nope. Well, at the very least, I'm gonna try my best to have decent aim. It'll probably be very inconsistent. I'll get better with time, though. But of course, it definitely helps to have that nice line showing you where it goes and where it ricochets. That's invaluable. Must be more like this. It looks a little better. A little bit of a larger one, I guess? Oh, they only move when the... oh, I see how it is. Oop. Ah. Whoops. Oh, I just jumped straight off. Gotta stay on these little moving platforms first. Whoopsie. Didn't even think about that one. I see what it wants me to do. Definitely making 100% sure you know how to use these projectiles. Giving you a whole variety of use cases. I am back. Hi! Greetings from Jet and Carla. Everything is back to normal in the MS Solar. There are no traces left of that blue individual. I also tried to find some information about him, but there is nothing. We can be pretty certain that he's not connected to the official game. I just cannot imagine a regular player leaving Crossworlds and going on a rampage like this. Something very strange is going on here. Not to mention that he recognized you. Your memory might, in fact, contain some answers to all this. Anyway, there's no need to worry about this right now. Our goal is simply to play Crossworlds. And I see you've made a lot of progress already. So, onwards. Yeah, don't worry about all that bad stuff. Just keep playing the game. It'll be fine. You know, that cool MMO thing. Just keep doing that. Don't worry about any other sinister stuff happening. Character menu activated. Okay. Character menu, inventory, equipment. And I take it I'm getting equipment. And to move on, it wants me to equip the stuff. Okay, makes sense to me. Oh, not that slot, this slot. Sure. Just beat them all up. Oh, right. Enemies start to give XP at this point. XP, that is a classic game thing. Level 3? You already reached level 3? That is strange. I thought you were supposed to reach level 2 at this point. I suppose they may have added more enemies. Oh, convenient place for you to stand. Showing another element to the ricocheting puzzle. Ah, now I get it. That kind of looks right. Ah. I'll take it that's right. Incoming. Hey, that turret looks familiar. This looks like the turret I faced on the ship. Oh. Okay, I might have to learn how to dodge. Whoa! Whoops. It hits the switches too! Oh. Good thing the switches are there. That's pretty convenient. Shield mode. Ah. Okay, that's a lot of things to consider at once, admittedly. Now we're talking. Oh, I can jump over melee. Okay, that would have been nice. I'd rather not die. Wait, can I just stay here? Okay, now I can't. Wait, no, I want to do the... Perfect. Eat it up! Thanks, I got to destroy that thing. Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to stand there. Level 4. Nice work, you did great. Take I'm just supposed to leave. Ready for one big upgrade? Yeah, that looks like a big upgrade, alright. Circuit activated. Activate circuits using circuit points earned with each level up. Certain skills unlock combat arts that can be used in battle. You can switch between branching skills anytime without spending CP. You now get special points used for combat arts. Okay, so basically your skill tree. Oh, I always like this one. I'll need more points though. Oh, learn how to use melee arts in combat. Yeah, I might need that. Press and hold RT to charge the attack. You can now change your direction while charging. Release the right trigger again to execute the attack. No, that made sense. Leah, please wait a second. I have a little upgrade for you as well. I finally managed to add another word to your vocabulary. Well, you know how it is. No shiny effects from me, just the upgrade. Here goes. New word embedded. Leah. Leah? I think you'll need this one since I will not be able to introduce you to other people anymore. Leah. Hi. 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 Leah. Hi. Leah. Hi. Do not look at me like that. I know, it takes a long time to add these words. It is a very involved process, actually. I need to manually extend your thought control module, essentially modifying a statistically generated code base by hand. Yes, it is very technical. The technology to control avatars is, well, complicated. And that is an understatement. Anyway, the second word is done. I will work on the next one right away. Leah. So that's a nice personal goal. Keep getting more words to be able to talk with people. Ha! Told you that would be first. Hi. Oui, but wasn't that fun? I was very surprised by that boss at the end. Pardon, I didn't even introduce myself. Okay, well, I'm not too grand with French, or at least an attempt at French, so... Je m'appelle Emily. Nickname, Emily Nader. Emily Nader. I know, it's genius, right? So, what's your name? Leah. Leah, nice to meet you. So, are you ready to take the sky rails? I wish we could already explore the city itself, but none. Didn't you know? The Skyrail will take you straight to Cross Central. From there you'll be transported to the mainland. You'll only be able to enter Rhombus Square much later. Oh. Oui, it sucks, I know. You over there! I recognize that guy. Yes, you, the blue-haired Spheromancer! Hi. Before you just appeared out of nowhere. Suspicious. And what do I see now? You are at level 4. And this is unheard of. I'm forced to assume you, young lady, have been cheating! What? Unsure, going straight for the accusations. How can you be so sure about it? Just because you are stuck at level 3 doesn't mean... Impossible! No player on record has ever reached level 4 at this point. Young lady, surely I don't need to explain to you the faults of such actions. Cheating will never pay off in the long run. Hi? Is that all you have to say? Oh dear, what is going on here? Jordan, I have exposed this cheater here. And now you're lecturing her. Yes, about the wrongness of her actions. How about no? What? I'll just go ahead and pretend I don't know you. Come on! Apologies for my friend's behavior. He sometimes pretends to be a moderator. He is not. No problem. Huh. Young lady, I'll let you off this time. Reflect on your actions. Mon Dieu, what was the deal with him? I hope we don't meet players like this around here too often. Anyway, let's go on. I want to finally reach Rookie Harbor. You can come with me if you want to. Très bien, let's go. Whoa, my heart just stopped there for a second. That was close. It is all because you collected those extra MP from the crab boss. I should have noticed this earlier. Sorry. Ah, so that's why. No floor. There's no floor. Oh dear. You just fly through the air. It's all transparent. I can't do it. Oh man. Please stay strong. Just this one last time. I'm sure things will be better once we reach the mainland. Okay, I definitely sympathize with that. I have a terrible fear of heights too. Dear Seekers, you are now permitted to enter the mainland of Shadun. You can take the sky rails from here to reach Cross Central, our central teleportation hub. Note that as new Seekers, you are not yet permitted to enter the city of Rhombus Square. Such permission will be granted once you've made sufficient progress along the track of the ancients. Hi? You look puzzled. Do you want to know more about the track of the ancients? Sure. The track of the ancients is an ancient assessment system based on a highly advanced technology. As seekers, it is your task to walk the track and discover all the secrets it holds. Once you reach Rookie Harbor, you can attend the introductory briefing to learn more about it. Okay. Those Skyrail terminals will bring you to Cross Central. You can take any one of them. They all go to the same place. You can go ahead. Just take any of those Skyrail terminals. Just want to make sure I've talked with everybody. Whoa, this city looks huge and so clean and shiny. Yeah, and they won't let you in it until much later. That's just evil. I know, right? Games and their arbitrary progress. I understand completely. That was fun. Can't wait to reach the mainland. Voila! The Cross Central. You can quickly reach all of Crossworlds from here. Though there should only be one destination for us newbies. Rookie Harbor. Yeah, okay. That would be a horribly fitting name. Rookie Harbor. Dear Seekers, welcome to Cross Central. This is the central teleportation hub of this world. From here, you'll be able to quickly travel to all locations you've reached on the mainland. Note that new recruits will only be able to travel to Rookie Harbor at first. You will visit several locations as you travel along the track of the ancients. Is this the same? For some reason, I didn't recognize it as the same. Huh, those poor advisor NPCs just explain the same thing over and over and over again. You know that those NPCs are actually artificial intelligences, right? Are you serious? Yeah, it's hard to tell at the beginning, but you will notice eventually. Their interactions with players are somewhat limited. Man, we've come pretty far with AI research, haven't we? Sure, yet we still have trouble passing the Turing test. Hi? Hey there, can we help you? Oh, are you wondering about the Turing test? Oh, you're a curious one, I like that. The Turing test is quite simple. You have two people writing each other via text. The twist, one of them is actually a machine. If the actual person can tell from the conversation that the other person is a machine, you fail the Turing test. It's difficult because it's not just about simulating natural language. The machine needs to have a memory, general knowledge, and many other things to properly respond like a human being would. That seems a little random. Maybe. Oh, it's you from Newcomer's Bridge again. Hi! Look, we're getting closer to the mainland. If you look closely, you can already see Rookie Harbor on the horizon. That little bit way out there, it's just a couple pixels. Alright, time to see this place. This right here, to me, is a great example of the MMO feel. It's small. It's not that much, because a lot of them are repeated, but just having these little NPC-like characters running around like you'd see in an MMO. Perfect. For actually helping you feel like this is like an MMO. It's a great touch, I love it. And you see that throughout nearly the whole game, like players running about doing their business. I love it. Rookie Harbor. Landmarks for fast travel. Sure. You can teleport to landmarks by selecting with the map menu. You can also switch to the world map menu. You can move to other areas you visited before. Easy enough. Fantastique! Right at the sea, just like they said. The city should be right ahead. Right up ahead. Go, go! Sure, but what about exploring? Yar, the sea sounds restless. A storm is afoot. Sure, whatever you say. How do I get to them? Okay, maybe I remember this from last time I played. I knew there was something suspicious about that crate sitting there. You can walk on the railing. Hi! Oh, hey. Did you actually come all the way here to talk to me? That's nice, but I'd actually prefer to be alone right now. That's why I'm here. Oh. Oh yeah, another little thing. I was kind of already doing it, but the dash, you can only do it 3 times before it stops having much effectiveness. So if you keep spamming it, the dash doesn't do very much. But I did eventually find out that there's some animation cancel type deals. Basically, as long as you do any action in between the dashes, you don't have to worry about that like 3 cooldown. So one thing I do a lot in the combat with the melee especially is do the little combo dash, combo dash, combo dash. You can do a lot of melee attacks because you can just kind of cancel them into each other. I love it. And at least for getting around, there's a similar thing with that. For my purposes, I hold the shield button and then do dashes. As long as I keep getting the shield up in between each dash, I don't have to worry about the cooldown. So, for me, that's a really fast way of getting around. I ended up using that a lot, admittedly. It's that kind of stuff that really makes it feel very fluid to me. I'm not 100% sure how intended that kind of stuff is, but it all helps. You have an exclamation point above your head. You have a quest, I bet. Hey girl, check this out. Sweet moves, huh? I'm sure you can rock them railings too. Wanna try some moves? Try to reach them boxes back there without touching the ground. Just ollie up the box here and start grinding those rails. What do you say? Ready to style? Sure. Chili dog, show me what you got. Oh, for quests. Okay, yeah, sure. Quest menu. Select it. The details. Makes sense. X for marking as a favorite. Fair. And then the favorited ones hang up in the corner. Alright. Cycle through the marked by pressing the left stick of the right stick. Oh. Alright, that's easy enough. Let's go. Okay, walking on these can be a little precarious, admittedly. I don't perfectly remember where the box was. It was over here, right? Talk to that rad dude at Beginner's Art. Killed it, sweet. Come back here to get your reward. I take it this individual is an NPC. Aw, yeah, that was sick, girl. Hi. May your mushrooms always be sauteed and your onions always be grilled. Gravy, girl. What does that even mean? I'll take the reward, though. You'll find a lot of awesome rails to grind all around this planet. Rails. Rails. Same strange line, okay. One little minor funny thing is that you can just walk on the tables. I mean, generally people don't... I guess because they're NPCs, they don't say anything, but... Just imagine. You're playing an MMO, and you see the players just running and jumping on all the tables. That actually seems like something that would happen in a real MMO like this. Hey there, Seeker. You can make yourself comfortable, but you better also order something. Hi? Okay, maybe you can't order something. What was that? Did they honestly design it that way? The back door just led to the water. Wait a minute. Something happened with my PC there. Is it still capturing? I hope it is. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention something else. The characters were kind of talking about it, but the player characters, the avatars, quote-unquote, of this game world, they don't do well with water, so you're not allowed to touch the water. So that was why going out the back ended up being like a teleportation death kind of deal. The heck are you? Hey, blue-haired girl! Hi? Crossworlds is full of bizarre and cool things. I hope you enjoy your stay, then never give up. I don't remember that guy. Greetings, Seeker. I am to keep watch on the harbor and protect our citizens, so please excuse me. Okay, I think I've gotten to see it all here. Hey, over here! Look at all these old-style buildings. It's like we're in some kind of medieval fantasy world, no? So, right now I'm waiting here to meet a friend. But I haven't seen him so far. There's just so many people here. Holoro? I'm gonna guess. Sacre Blue, was that really necessary? Yes, very necessary. I see you brought a friend. Ah, that's Leah. I met her during the tutorial. Hi. And this Dark Lord meanie here is Lucas. Also known as Schneider. Nice to meet you, Leah. So, you finally reached the croissant. Having fun so far? Oui, enormement. I'm gonna guess at that. Wait, croissant? The mainland. You'll get the idea once you see the map. Anyway, this is Rookie Harbor. It's known for the incoming shipments of rookies like you. It's also a fairly big place, which tends to be confusing for said rookies. So I thought I'd give you a small tour. Très bien, lead the way! So, Emily's supposed to be French, and Schneider? I'm not remembering his other name. Lucas, was that? I'm already forgetting his name. I'm guessing he's supposed to be German? Or they're just pretending to be based on the words they're saying? I'm just totally guessing. First, the info building. If you really want to dig into all the details of Crossworlds, this is your place. Combat arts, skills, all the stats from A to Z, you name it. Oh, that's the nerd hub, right? Yeah, people call it that. Frankly, it's a good thing to know about all that stuff. But it's not mandatory. It's just a place to go back to whenever you're confused about something. Let's move on. By the way, the Millionator. Nice one. I know, what's Schneider supposed to mean? I'm a tri-blader, I cut things. What? Not worth explaining. Oh. Alright, next stop, the town center. Oh, is that a market over there? Yeah, you'll find most of the traders around here. Well, they're all over the place, to be frank. Those traders offer pretty good equipment. The catch, you first need to collect all the required trade items in the wild. It takes time, but it's worth it. Further up is another important building. This way. Nah, you're heading out? Very well. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you another time, friend. See that building up there? That's the Seeker Hub, or Quest Hub. Surprise, you'll find a lot of quests there. Just like in many other places in town and elsewhere. All those quests are optional, but the rewards usually make it worthwhile. Hey Leah, are you still with us? Oui, she's a quiet one. But she was really fast at the tutorial, almost beat me to it. Well, like they say, still waters run deep, right? Oui, what about that main quest? They kept talking about the track of the ancients. Oh, right, I almost forgot about that. You'll have to enter the quest hub anyway. There's a mandatory introduction for all new players. I'll explain all about it there. I suggest you go in right away and just get it over with. I'll just wait here. D'accord, let's go, Leah. Why are you jumping? Wait, we're not set up yet, but we're giving it our all to deliver the bestest foods as soon as we can. Come back later, yeah? It'll be amazing, just you watch! Hello, I'm sorry we haven't properly prepared our shop yet. Please visit us later to get a taste of our high-quality foods. Okay, so I'll just check back with that later. I see that exclamation point. Good day. I appreciate your desire to work for us, but you should get your official faction briefing in Seeker Central for... It is on the ground floor of this huge building here. Okay, the main stuff, got it. Whoa, such a crowded place! All new recruits, please go to the upper floor for the introductory briefing. Greetings, Seeker. We should talk after you've gotten your briefing upstairs. That's such a cute little cactus. Look, I think it's starting to blossom. That's great. Do you really have to sit on the table to watch it? That person likes sitting on the table. Okay, I see. Come on, I want to go. Hush, I almost got it. You already said that 5 minutes ago. Blame that messed up search interface. Come on, dude, look at this. Yeah, look at that face. I would be horribly shocked to come across something like this. Welcome to Operation Trackwalker, Recruit. This briefing serves as an introduction to the history of this place and the nature of our cause. We're currently located on the natural satellite Shadun. This place was once inhabited by intelligent life forms that we refer to as the Ancients. While the Ancients ceased to exist a long time ago, they left behind a technological heritage to behold. The Track of the Ancients. Originally, it served as an assessment of social standing within the Ancients' culture. It is a technological marvel, a highly advanced and self-sufficient system that remains intact to this day. It wasn't long after humankind arrived on Shadun that we realized its value. Thus, we initiated Operation Trackwalker. We augmented the track so that humanity might walk it as well. And that is where you come in, new recruit. Together with the other Seekers, you will start the journey along the Track of the Ancients. Your path will be paved with obstacles, but every step you take will further our cause. Discovering the secrets of the Ancients. Your main task will be the collection of 4 elements: heat, cold, shock, and wave. Beginning with the element heat, your first destination will be the village of Bergen. To reach it, you need to pass the western barrier of Rookie Harbor. I will now give you your first shade to grant you passage to the west. Green leaf shade obtained. That looked a lot like a Pokemon badge, like a gym badge. Finally, I will give you the Disc of Insight. This device will record all of the knowledge you encounter on your journey. That is all. Good luck and stay vigilant. Wow, now that was funky! Suddenly I was in the middle of space, and this old geezer kept talking to me. Same for you. I suppose they wanted to pep up the boring introduction, no? Oui, track of the ancients it is. Let's go back, Lucas is waiting. By the way, Leah, I took the liberty of adding a few more entries to your encyclopedia. For example, all past events and people we have met so far. And a few insights on the technology, of course. What? I just like to organize things. In this room, you can read more about the history of Shadoon and Operation Trackwalker. Oh. Yeah, I forgot how much there actually is for lore. That was another reason why I liked it, because I'm the kind that does generally want to read through all this stuff. Probably not the grandest thing on a stream, but I'll be going back through that to freshen up a bit. You look confused, Seeker. What you see here is the bulletin board. You can use it to see open quests in this area. If you want to know more about quests, I suggest you talk to my fellow advisors at the counter over there. It's a place to pick up quests, isn't it? Greetings, Seeker. I see that you have completed the introduction to Operation Trackwalker. Thus, you are now also qualified to use your abilities as a Seeker to assist the 4 factions in their duties. They are organizations that secure humanity's survival and prosperity through their special fields of expertise. More detailed information can be accessed in the terminal behind you. For now, you should know that each faction has a subdivision in Rookie Harbor, like in every settlement. To better understand our society and your place in it, you should get introduced to all of them. For this purpose, I will now issue an official assignment. Please accept. To just visit them all. Okay. Good. Visit the representative of every faction in Autumn's Rise and introduce yourself. Most of them can be found in their respective headquarters near the market or the western entrance. Though the HQ of the CTC is still inaccessible to new seekers, their ambassador can be found just outside this building. Once you have visited all of them, return to me and get your reward. Okie dokie. Greetings, Seeker. I see that you've completed the introduction to Operation Trackwalker. To become the best Seeker you can be, we host a famous teacher here in Rookie Harbor, Master Sensei. He can teach you everything you need to know and more. Once you have mastered both the heat and cold elements, please find him in Rookie Harbor Info Hub Dojo. Alright. Oh, so this is showing all of the places that I can go to pick up quests. Oh, that's more what it is. Okay. Ah, good day, Seeker. Pleased to meet you. My name is Mr. Nomsworth, and I am a humble mediative employee of the local trading organization. Now, as you might have already assumed, a man of my position is always busy brokering business agreements big and small. Thus, there's always a need for helping hands willing to do some necessary legwork, for a generous payment, of course. Just now, I have an unresolved assignment by the pub for a delivery of mixed food ingredients. It requires collecting raw materials in the wild, trading them for the required items here in the market, and of course delivering them to my client. A rather simple task, fitting for the beginning of a lucrative relationship, I would say. Can I count on your cooperation? Collecting stuff, crafting stuff, delivering, okay. It's a deal then. My client requires 2 fruit and veggie sets each, and also a precious spice set to boot. You can procure them right here on the central market near the fountain. For the exchange, you would need raw trading materials from the various plants of Autumn's Rise. I actually need to be right back. Oh, should only be just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and I'm back. Just occurred to me that there's daylight savings time. I was wondering why the clock said it was 3 something already. I forgot about that. Well, shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I'm just gonna have to remember that we had to set our clocks forward. So, how was it, Leah? Enjoyed being in space? Well, now you should understand your task, being part of Track Walker and all. Let's go to the west now. By the way, Leah, Spheromancer, that's surprising. They're pretty unpopular. Don't ask me why, they're fine balance-wise. What about Pentafist? They're awesome, right? Yep, and I couldn't imagine you at any other class. Finally, this is the western part of the town. In this shop here, you can buy consumable items. Further down, you'll find an armory with basic equipment. And when you continue to the west from here, you'll enter Autumn's Rise. You'll find a lot of enemies along the way. Be careful not to take on too many hedgehogs at once, or those guys will eat you for breakfast. Anyway, just follow that way to get to Bergen. By the way, do you two want to form a party? Wait, that would be great, right, Leah? Yeah. Right, Leah? And you, Lucas? Will you travel with us too? I unfortunately have to leave you soon. No, already? Trust me, it's not that fun to travel around with a high-level friend. Unless you don't care for the challenge. You could watch us take on those hedgehogs. Yep, that totally sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? No, really, I have to head back to the guild. There's just too much stuff going on right now. The crap will be steaming if I'm gone for too long. I see, Monsieur is just too important for us rookies. Oh, please, don't be that way. You can set up a direct link if something comes up, alright? Let's meet again once you reach Bergen Village. Come on, Leah, let's do some leveling until we're worth the Dark Lord's attention. I don't even know how to pronounce that. See you soon, Emily, and you too, Leah. Hi. Huh? Oh well. Ciao? Ciao? I'm hoping that's what that is. Alright, party time! So where's the option? Wait. Emily joined your party. Voila, we just formed a party. Alright, let's head to Autumn's Rise. Or maybe look for quests in town. I'll let you decide, Leah. This is so exciting! Probably for the best to have a tutorial about the party, short. Status of your party member displayed below your own. Change behavior of party members via party strategy, which is the bottom of the quick menu. Social menu is now unlocked. Here you can see detailed stats of all your party members. Just to make that real easy, I'll swap off the camera just a second here. Alright, well, that was short-lived, but you get the idea. So she's just following me around now. Man, there are markets literally everywhere in this town. I know, right? The city plaza is filled with market stands. There's another market in the northern part, too. You can find a lot of rare stuff there, I heard. Somebody told me that Crossroads is essentially a part-time shopping spree. Oh, you bet it is. Now I really feel like bashing some hedgehogs. For a change of pace, you know? Alright, question mark? Hi! Howdy, partner. You should look like a healthy gal who can appreciate a nice piece of meat. Haha, I always sniff out good taste. It's like my special talent. The name is Selena Teak, and I have grand plans to create the perfect steaks for everyone to enjoy. Leah. At least that's what I want to do, but I still don't have the proper ingredients for that. And since I can't just leave the city and search for them, maybe you can help me with that. Raw meat, light wood, sharp wood. Very well. Girl, you are the best! It'll be amazing, you won't regret it. Anyway, I definitely need some nice raw meat, of course. The bovines in Autumn's Rise should do nicely. Though I heard that you gotta have, like, a good rank to get some meat from them. Yeah, whatever that means. Then I need some firewood that brings out the taste perfectly. I don't know much about all the trees here, but best bring me some very light and also some sharp wood. You should find both of them on a mountain somewhere. Good luck. Alright. We offer high-quality equipment made in Rookie Harbor. And all of it is beyond my current pay grade. Alright. If I remember right, this like blue hologram looking thing means the person is supposed to be AFK. Ah, Seeker graces the plain old city guard with her presence. Got some time off from solving ancient mysteries, do you? Well, we could also use some help here in the city. One of our watchmen at the market called for reinforcements a moment ago. None of those fancy track-walking adventures, I suppose, but matters of inner security are not to be taken lightly either, yes? Sure. It's good to see a young Seeker recognize the importance of even mundane tasks. You can find the guard in question in the central area of the marketplace, near the Seeker Hub. Ask her about the problem and solve the case. You better get going, recruit, before it's too late. Alright. I can't go in there, okay. I forget if I even went in here. That's quite the promotion for a sandwich. You bet. You think it's worth it? I prefer my good old ordinary sandwiches, really. I presume the promotional question is this hologram thing? Hey man! What'd you like? Sandwich and green leaf tea, okay. Hello, how can I help you? Wait. The same thing? Okay. Never mind. Anybody else to chat with? Wait, inn? There's an inn? Log entry 20 unlocked. Okay. I'll read that in a bit. Did you notice that strange device next to the innkeeper? Always wondered what that is. Oh, that's a ball charger. Come again. Yeah, I forgot you joined Crossroads a bit later. In the first release, you had to recharge your balls once you ran out of stamina. There was even an extra gauge for that in the HUD. Really? Wow, I can't imagine having fun doing that. That's why they removed it, I guess. No one was happy. But they keep this acid in as a reminder of the old times. That's just a Pokemon Center healing machine. I just noticed the symbol thing impression on the floor. It's just a Pokeball right there. It's just a Pokeball right there. Ah. The whole thing's just the Pokemon Center. Alright. I'm afraid this resting spot is for one person only. Go look for another crate. This one is mine. Alright. Did I talk with you? That is sickening me. Sickening. Hida, civilian. Go she to Sergeant Brassler and tell him that she cannot accept this authority as Iron Policeman. Because he is missing a correct coattail. Joel. He won't listen to me, although the perfectly correct distance of my bottom buttons clearly displays my knowledge of the matter. Oh boy, I'm not butchering all of this. Hi? What? Hi, she says. That is Joel Captain, is that? How dare she to address me? Thinks she that she is Kaiser of Preußen because she has not only one, but 2 spikes on her head? Oh no. Oh boy. No shortage on the jokes and the references. Okay, I see how it is. I probably should put the quest about seeing everybody on the tracker. Why does this look suspicious? Nothing? Okay. Hello there, young lady. Could I interest you in some cool and delicious ice cream? Well, unfortunately we are out of stock right now. But if you bring me some fresh ice from Bergen Trail, I could quickly produce new ice cream. So, could you bring me some Bergen ice? About 5 should suffice. Sure. Great! You can find Bergen ice in the snowy parts of Bergen Trail. Just continue to the west until you reach the mountain area. Did they seriously ask you to fetch ice from a distant mountain? What is this, the Middle Ages? The weather is so nice. I want to go through the market later. Also, I want to take a bath in that fountain naked. Seriously? Yeah, that guy's not listening at all. Oh, that's another quest there. Wait a minute. There's a guy back there. I'm sorry, the northern part is currently under construction. It will open up to the public with the next content update. I'm really looking forward to the next content patch. I heard rumors about a black market. Yeah. By the way, does it make sense to call it a patch? I mean, it's not just code. They're doing actual construction work over there. It's just a habit from old virtual MMOs. Don't overthink it. Yeah, I'm also still waiting for that kitchen patch. What? My sink is broken. Landlord's gotta patch that. Why? Why the puns? Why? Why? They always get me. They always get me with the puns. Alright, what's your deal? Oh dear! Hi? Didn't your father tell you not to startle people? Well, he clearly should have. Kids these days don't know their manners. Now, don't be sad, young lady. At least you look like you are actually sorry. Now that's better. I think I like your attitude. Look, if you want to make up for startling me, why not help me out? Now don't look at me like that, it's not hard at all. All I want you to do is find me a broken gauntlet. Simple enough, right? Autumn's rise in an area where it rains. Defeat lots of hedgehogs. Very specific, alright. Very good. Someone told me it was hidden in Autumn's rise. Apparently there's an area where you have to defeat lots of hedgehogs while it's raining. Do you think you can find it? Sure. Good to hear. But don't keep me waiting, alright? Oh, you're impatient too. Elite quests? Well, what's... Elite quests are difficult quests marked with exclamation mark and red outlines. Even on the same levels, these quests can be very challenging. However, they often offer better loot as reward. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Welcome back, young lady. Did you find the broken gauntlet yet? Oh, that's unfortunate. I do hope you find it. Some player told me it was hidden in Autumn's rise. Okay, I see. I talked with him that man just now. He looked like he was wearing gear from each class. Normally that should not be possible. I wonder how he managed to sneak this past the developers. So, that guy's got a quest. I should make sure to talk with him. Talk with everybody. Do all the quests. Good day, Seeker. Are you the reinforcements I was... Oh, this is the follow-up. Okay. Finally! We got some really pesky thieves at the markets lately, stealing from both the stands and customers. I just saw one committing theft at the stands, but he was gone before I could catch him. I have to remain here and keep watch. So it's up to you to catch him, understand? Great, I saw him running towards a small park in the southeast, so go and get that crook. Southeast? Alright. Well, that looks southeast enough. All this buzzing in the town. What about it, Pa? I hate it. Please don't, Pa.
Back in my day.
No, don't.
Back in my day, everything was better.
Oh boy, here we go again.
People were nicer, greeting you on the street and everything. Even the name of this damn city was better. See, look at that seeker just staring at me like I'm some decorative prop.
I think this guy's an NPC, so that's not too far off the mark, right? Ignore him. He just doesn't like when things change.
You're damn right. Port Harbor was such a nice name for this town. But they changed it because of all the seekers starting their journey here. My only real solace is that I can still enjoy my fish with fresh apples.
You just won't stop. That's not too different of a name, all things considered. Well, the guy has Shady in his name, so I'm guessing this is the guy. Hi! Ah! What do you want from me? Hi? Leah, hi! I see. So you want to arrest me for my crimes. Alright, it was only a matter of time, but I just had to earn money somehow for... Here, let me show you. My speedy escape! Bye! It seems like they still have not given those average quest NPCs more nuanced responses. Well, that is good news for us. Otherwise, doing side quests might be problematic with your limited means of communication. Yes, I am sorry. I will continue working on it now. Good day. Do you by chance have any sandwiches for sale? Yeah, only 2,500 credits. Should I wrap it up for you?
2,500 credits? I gotta go.
Why do they always run away? My wares are top-notch, right? Hi, make it quick. I think I'm gonna close soon and head to the bar. Wait a minute. You're selling the same sandwich for way too much money as... Okay, yeah. No, it's alright. I'll go without. Not that I even had the money for it anyway. So the guy ran off. So, am I supposed to find him or am I supposed to report back? Why does that little hologram look suspiciously familiar? Is that meme? The dog meme? D-O-G-E? How I've heard people pronounce dog and doge? Is that what that is? I'm not the best when it comes to that kind of stuff, sorry. Damn, I saw that he got away from you. What the hell happened there? Well, what's done is done. I saw him running southwest to a dead-end alley by the sea. Make sure to catch him this time. Southeast. Southwest. Alright. I'm just... Okay, well, you look suspicious. Can't even interact with you. Alright. Yeah, like Doge-ish. I guess you'd... Okay. Yeah. Since I do look at Reddit from time to time, I end up seeing a lot of those memes. So that's where I recognize it from. I've just never been 100% sure on that pronunciation. Hi. Ah, you again. Okay, I guess that's the end of the line then. It's really a shame. That you're so slow. Bye. Oh boy. Wait, I can use the inspect on the... I can find out their names? Rectangle. Wondering about this chest, hmm? Yeah, you can't open it yet. But you will be able to do it later in the game. You might want to add a stamp on your map to remember it.
In case you don't know what I mean, just have a closer look at the map menu. Map menu? Oh, that's the map. Set stamp. Well, I'm in this area. I'm apparently in the southwest. So... Oh, that's not what I wanted. So, I'm gonna just place a stamp. Treasure. Nah, I placed a stamp, but thank you though. I'm hearing a lot of funky noises. I'm gonna be right back.
I won't pretend to know exactly what it was, but it sounded to me like somebody was like slamming doors or slamming cabinets or something in the house. They didn't fess up, mind, but as long as it's over. Sorry about that. Hey girl, welcome to the Cozy Adventures hangout of the Fall Divers. Just go to our lounge if you want to chill and share stories with other kindred spirits. Forerunner Alenia should also be there if you're searching for whomever calls the shots right now. I'll assume that's you. Hey, Seeker. Nice meeting some valiant fresh blood around here. Hi. I would love to do some bonding with the fellow explorer, but right now there's a problem with one of our jobs. Tukos had just finished a detailed geographical survey that's supposed to serve as the basis for future expeditions. But then he had to get jumped by wildlife and lose the storage unit with all the data. That careless klutz. So, since you're here, could you help us out with that? A Seeker should be more than qualified for that kind of task. Find and examine location of the data on certain part of Autumn's Rise. Sure. Awesome, I'll transmit you the alleged location of the whole debacle, so you should be able to track the thing down. Just remember to mind your instincts as a Seeker, and you'll be back here enjoying my company in no time. Okay, this place is a pigsty. What's with all the cans laying around? You really can get everybody's name. Unless they don't have a name and they're just like generic stuff. Guard. Receptionist. Alright. Suspicious. No name or title. That mean scoundrel ran past here. You must have given him a solid spanking. Good job. Still not satisfied? Well, he ran towards Autumn Rise if you want to whip him some more. Oh. So he went to the next location I'm supposed to go to? Alright. What other quest we dealing with? So just one more at the market, apparently? What am I missing? Oh, I see an item up there. Maybe this is the place? Yep, this is the place. Hello, Seeker. Welcome to the headquarters of the Fruits of Autumn. If you are interested in advancing humanity's understanding of this planet, talk to the Chief Woodkeeper. He should currently be studying the local plant life in our gardens. There's just a straight up, like, park, I'm gonna call it, in here? Inside? Welcome to our garden, Seeker. I am Manzana, the Chief Woodkeeper of this branch. It is always reassuring to have your kind supporting our fruitful endeavors. Again with the puns. Fruitful endeavors. The trees. Yeah, I get it. In fact, your appearance comes at a fortunate time, as we have noticed unrest brewing among the thickets of Autumn's Rise. A sickness has befallen trees in different locations and threatens the balance of the track in the entire region. Would you be able to assist us in stemming it before it can cause widespread harm? Heal 4 trees. Alright.
Sure. Excellent. I will give you some bottles filled with concentrated and fermented juice made from the fruits of our garden. It has proven in the past to have a beneficial effect on the self-regulatory instincts of the track. Use your instincts as a seeker to find the afflicted trees and treat them with the extract. It should suffice to cure the trees at this stage. Take care, young seeker. Well, that means I got one quest taken care of. Same deal with not being allowed to go there. Something real special. Creation gem. Okay, well that looks like something I can't handle right now at the very least. I want that item. Kinda looks like I'm supposed to be hopping from tent to tent, if I can call them that. Oh, okay, maybe I see the start. I take it this is where I do, maybe? Okay, yeah, that looks better. You reached the spot. Not bad. No reason to hold back. Go claim your prize. Good work finding the spot. Did you know that these treasure chests are instants for each player? Oh well. It means I opened this treasure chest myself before. The content is replicated for each player. That's cool, right? No more annoying empty chests because some random player reached it before you. Yeah, anyway, I gotta meet my friends at the entrance. Why were you just hanging out by that treasure chest then? Alright, you do you. So, what's going on this way? Ma'am! Everything is okay! Please enjoy your day! All caps, got it. Thou clouted pottle-deep Applejohn! Canst thou not see how I ponder? What's that guy's deal? This looks a whole lot less bustling than the main center. Sorry, lady, but no entry for you. We're currently investigating a rather unpleasant animal incident here. Yeah, I figured I couldn't go that way. Alright, I think it's time to actually move on to the next area. I've got a bunch of quests that are leading that way anyway. Oh, although I guess before doing that I should turn in the one I actually finished. That might be nice. You have visited all the factions in Rookie Harbor. Excellent. I hope you now understand how you can help humanity, besides solving the track of the ancients. And remember that they might have newer tasks available for you as time goes on, so you should return and offer your help as you progress. Now my dogs are barking? What is going on? Can't people just go to bed? Okay, I'm gonna have to be right back one more time. I am so sorry. I don't know what that was about, but I ended up taking the dogs outside. Hopefully that helps a bit. But I'm gonna take that as a sign that I probably should start heading out soon-ish. Something else is gonna go wrong at this rate. But for now, take these rewards as a gesture from the United Voyager Nation. You visited all the factions of Rookie Harbor and talked to all the representatives. Now you know where to offer your help. So, it looked like I got some new equipment there. A weak yet practical weapon for self-defense. Yeah, that looks better. Florida net?
What are you getting at there? Still having internet troubles? Is that what you're talking about? Ah. Can I move on? Is everyone ready to go? Really? I just arrived. Let's rest for a while. Man, you were just chilling at the chest, right? Well, yeah, kinda. Figures. Hey, I was helping this girl. You gotta believe me. Oh, you're that girl I helped at the chest in the marketplace. Hi. See, Hina told you I was helping somebody. Is that so? I guess. Alright, you win. This time. Phew. Oh, you thought that was what was happening with me. Oh. No, I just have to keep leaving because I keep hearing these funky noises. It's almost 4 a.m. now, thanks to daylight savings time. I just figure everybody should be sleeping right now. I mean, except for me. But I'm hearing doors slamming and stuff like that. Makes me think of burglars in the house. Then the dogs started going crazy. That was what I just checked on. I don't know what they were barking at. Combat rank. How to increase combat rank to improve the drops of defeated enemies. Yeah, sure. Combat music. Now we're talking. Your combat rank is displayed in the upper right corner during combat. By defeating enemies, your rank will increase. With a higher combat rank, enemies will drop more items, including special rare items. When you're out of combat, you'll enter the cooldown phase. When the blue line disappears, combat will end and you will lose your rank. However, when you enter combat during cooldown, you keep your combat rank. That makes sense. Hi! Hello, Miss Seeker. So great to see you here on Shadood. As a humble part of our endeavor here, I am trying my best to aid Seekers. But my skills are just not on the same level as yours are. Might I ask you to help me out, dear Seeker? Defeat 10 hedge tags. Okay. That's easy. Superb. Come back to me when you've defeated the hedgehogs. Hello, Miss Seeker. Enjoying your journey? Of course you do. Oh, to be young again. But back to work. It looks like you still need to defeat 10 of these hedgehogs. Alright. New place to warp to. Cool. So do I just start beating them up? Let's see how these hedgehogs will fare. Voila, simple enough. Yeah, I guess if there's just like one enemy, that's easy enough. Laser bridge! Yeah, okay, I do have to admit, the concept of laser bridge is pretty dang cool. I have already forgotten I have a special attack. I probably should use that. That creature over there looks like it has headphones on. Okay, I like it. No more than... Alright. I thought there'd be more enemies hanging around, but alright. What are you doing just standing there? And how do I get to you? Oh, there's some more enemies. Hi! Ah, I'm sorry, help me! Oh, it's this guy. Yes, exactly, you've got the idea. Hi! Hi. I am so sorry, for real this time. I'm serious, I'm out of smoke bombs anyway, otherwise those damn hedgehogs never would have gotten me.
but maybe they've been set by the track to show me the error of my ways. This time I will turn myself in and atone for my crimes, truly. So, if you'll excuse me. Hey, no smoke. Oh, it's the guard. That's very convenient. You're coming with me. But I was going to come to you anyway. Don't you trust me? Sorry, pal. Trust is nice and all, but I won't take any more risks with you. Alright, jeez. In any case, thanks, girl. You did great work here. Report back to the chief to get your reward. Alright, now off we go. One day you will finish this game? Yeah, you better. This is my favorite game, after all. Granted, that's not really reason enough, is it? You've got to enjoy yourself first. I am not remembering how to... Oh, it's right there. Now we're talking. A spheromancer? Not something I see very often these days. You see, the class is very hard to master, so it became a bit unpopular, I would say. And nowadays, you only find a handful of people trying to play it. You want to pick it up on the Switch and play it on the Switch? Hey, portable anything is always very fun indeed. Can't really go wrong there. Finally, everything ready. Now I only need someone to help. Oh, why, hello, Seeker. Hi. How very fortunate. I just finished my preparations and even found the exact kind of Seeker I was looking for. Good Seeker, I'm in desperate need of help. Yes. Wait, you're still here? Uh-huh. That is most unexpected, I must say. People often rather choose to ignore me. I don't suppose you would like to help me? Sure. Really? Splendid! Oh, okay, let me introduce myself first. I'm Henry the researcher. I study this fine moon's flora and fauna. What is your name? Leah. Fine name. Fine name indeed. I will remember it. You see, I want to gather some data for Autumn's Rise, but it seems that I alone can't gather everything I want. The track of the ancients only allows seekers to find certain things. I compiled a list of things I need. First, I need some items and information on the local wildlife. Additionally, I need a list of all the landmarks in this area. Finally, I need you to retrieve a probe I installed further ahead. I would be honored if you would help me gather all the intel. That's a lot of stuff. Alright. Yeah. That's a lot of stuff. Thank you. Please find out what you can and return to me. Thank you so much for your help. And in case you're wondering what the probe looks like, it looks the same as the ones next to me. Boy, that guy has got some major stuttering issues. I am indeed. I'm just straight up playing brand new game. I want to start fresh. I did have a New Game Plus file, but it's been nearly 3 years, I think. So I figured it'd be best if I just completely started fresh, so I can pick up on the story, pick up on how to actually play the game again, and enjoy it all as new. Blue-haired Spheromancer! So we meet again! Mon Dieu, not this guy again. Good, I see your level is now in an acceptable range.
As if that one level would have made a big difference.
However, your previous actions have not been forgotten. Being a cheater is bad as it is, but seeing a Spheromancer displaying such dishonest behavior, it breaks my heart.
What?
We Spheromancers are a noble, yet unappreciated class. I can't allow a player like you to further damage our reputation.
Wait, you're a Spheromancer too?
Why, of course! Don't you see my striking crimson outfit?
Oh. Pardon, I thought you were a Tri-Blader with all that green and pointy hair?
It's my style.
It's plain to see that fashion is beyond your grasp.
Sure. Anyway, I'm talking to you, blue-haired Spheromancer.
Leah.
I challenge you to a duel! Wait, what? Come on, we just started playing. Of course we won't do it right here and now. Let's have our duel at the entrance of Bergen Trail. I'll test your skills properly to make sure you don't use any more dishonest methods.
Are you serious?
Do you accept, blue-haired Spheromancer?
Leah.
Good, I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, that guy's excitable, alright.
And off he goes again.
Are you sure it's okay to accept this challenge just like that?
Of course, that's your choice. Now let's make sure you're well prepared. I want you to kick this guy's derriere.
Come on, let's train.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something here?
Honestly, no. No, I can't. I feel like I could have gone a different way. I'll do that first. Actually, did I go north? I don't even remember. I am gonna be rather obsessive at us trying to get all the treasure chests. Assuming I even can get to them at the point I find them. Actually, that looks a little promising. Oh, it's this way. Wait a minute. No, it's not. No, that's not quite what I want. I need to go one tier higher there, I think. No. No, I'm not seeing an obvious way to... Alright.
Apparently some hacker hid items in this area, so everyone is looking for them right now.
Some hacker left items laying around? Alright. Just gonna collect all the items, of course. Well, that looks important. Oh. So that was the point of that line on the ground? Alright. Just making sure I'm not missing things. So I'm gonna stop and look around periodically.
That's a lot of enemies.
There goes nothing. I hear you on that one. I love this track. Why do they always have to run away when I get close? I like melee. Oh well. Both are fun.
Don't jump off the water. Yeah, we're on a roll.
That said, I don't think there's any more enemies around here. Oh, level up. Alright. A perfectly regular tree. Sure. I'm trying to look around to... What a nice and regular laser bridge. That doesn't help me at all. Okay. So is there any way to jump from these? Oh, I guess there is. Nothing that way. Now, I guess if I ever did come up with one complaint previously about CrossCode, and it's kind of a minor one because obviously I got past it, but it's kind of hard to tell sometimes what I'm allowed to jump to. The perspective can be difficult sometimes, so I'm probably gonna fail a good number of jumps because I just can't quite tell if I'm at the same height as something else or not. It's entirely possible that's also just a me problem. I think it's safe to jump down here. Item, please. Yeah, now we're talking. So, I guess I didn't need to... Ah, so you're having that problem too. Okay. Yeah, it can be a little difficult to tell if it's the right height to jump up or whatnot. It all works out in the end, but it's just if there was any one thing I could make a change to, if I were somehow omnipotent, to make the game perfect, I think it'd have to be that. Changing up things so I could tell exactly when and where to jump. So I went north, went west. I think I'll try going south. Oh, kind of wasted that. Oops. Alright, what's the story over here? Oh, more enemies at least. Can't even see the enemy. Now we're talking. I'm gonna have to remember the whole break thing. Do you ever wonder what kind of music those things are listening to? They do seem very much into it, no? I kind of brought that up earlier. They have headphones on. What are they listening to? Oh. I keep forgetting I have to hit these guys from range. At least to break them, per se. Okay, I can't make that jump. Is that doable? Okay, actually, it doesn't even matter.
There's a ledge right here. Actually, maybe I should look around a little better. Well, I guess I can go ahead and grab that item. It's easy enough. Level 9. I see. They'll still die anyway. Kinda looks like I can either get up out there or I'd have to shoot over there. So... where are my available paths? Might as well collect all the items. So there's nowhere to the right. So I guess the only available path is, well, to the west. Alright. Considering the enemy may be too high level. Yeah. That said, it kind of looks like that one area I need for the quest. It's constantly raining here, I bet. There sure are a ton of hedgehogs. What the heck are you doing here? Why are you just standing there? Yeah, I always take items, sure, why not? And I jump right off. Man. Okay, that's a funky name. Guess I could keep going west for fun. Since the enemies aren't aggroing me, I kind of forgot if they did ever aggro or not. Missing on any items? I'm not seeing anything. Well, at least for right now it's a dead end. I could try to fight him, but that's probably suicide. There's a lot of them. Maybe I'll level up a bit first to get better equipment or something fun like that. I should probably remember that I can teleport. Wow, Miss Seeker, you really did it! Here's your rewards for it! The citizen watched you with joy as you pummeled those enemies. Hello, Miss Seeker, ready for another quest. I even have more equipment as a reward. For destroying plants. I mean, I already did. Happy collecting, and remember that different plants yield different items. Wow, Miss Seeker, you really did it. Here's your rewards for it. Okay. So, some equipment. I'll always take that. Typical headgear for beginners. They keep out the rain at least. Swap that out. A simple and light protective gun for adventures. And comfortable boots for comfortable terrain. Alright, better geared up. Is
that a series of emotes about a ear of corn? Just making sure I'm interpreting that correctly. Alright, just making sure. Some real goofy people, huh? Considering that, I totally believe it. Well, as long as I keep fighting enemies, I'll keep getting better rank. I'll take it. I gotta remember I can actually block too at the same time as it. Okay, a lot of enemies at once.
Yeah, we're on a roll.
I don't see any enemies to continue the streak in this area, sadly. I do see item chest thing I want though. I'm just gonna assume this is the start to it. Oh, this is one of the trees. Okay, that's kind of convenient. Sickness cured. Alright, well, even the names are telling me I'm getting off the beaten path here. That's part of the fun, of course. No, those are higher up, alright. Yeah, that's too high up, okay. How am I getting to those? I'm gonna assume it's right here. Yeah, that's much better. Anything else fun about hanging around up here? No? Oh. Looks like the perfect spot for secrets. Alright, well the normal head shags are already getting taken care of very easily. Wonder if the red ones are no problem now. Pesky things, they were cute at first, now they're just annoying. That's the spirit. Oh, level up. Alright. Wait a minute. We didn't ask for this battle, or did we? Well, they just appeared with digging on a rock. What does that even mean? Why did it be so speedy? I forgot how slow aiming can be while you have your shield up. Ugh. geodata for quest, I assume. Okay. Okay. I can already tell I'm kind of impulsive about actually. Alright, that's another quest complete. I guess it worked out in the end. Well, I guess I might as well keep going this way. I wonder if they'll ever bring back the fishing system. Alright, you darn bull, what are you doing? Take that. Huh, did we just beat up a cow wearing some kind of iron mask? We used to have cows in the neighborhood when I was a child.
Yeah, we're on a roll.
Yeah, I guess so. They're dying pretty quickly now. And there's clearly a path to jump along. Ah, hello, and welcome in! Noodle, is that you? Oh, so the point is to jump to that chest. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Yes! Well, glad you're here. I do have to admit that at some point, semi-soon, I think I'll be heading off. Because it is getting pretty late for me, but... at least for now, I've been having a grand time at it. I'm not quite sure when that moment will be that I should stop, but... I guess I'm waiting for that point. Was that a helmet? Less focused, more resistance and defense, and headscarf drenched in cooling liquid that protects against heat and sunburns. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It's that pesky daylight savings and having to put together the whole nother hour. I don't wanna, but we have to. I still feel like I'm missing something with this. Was that all I needed to grab? So what's with all this other jump stuff around? Stupid old dead people telling us to time skip like in Animal Crossing. Oh, well. Those damn bovines, but... Let me start from the beginning. Those damn bovines barely take any damage from my attacks. I told you, throwing balls won't impress them that much. You gotta get close and personal. Do I look like some kind of brawler to you? I don't think the bovines care. All they understand is literal ass-kicking. Then I guess I will need to get used to it. I don't have enough for almost anything. Okay. Yeah. Are we not supposed to say his name? Is that why we're not saying the, you know, the R word? Or our name, perhaps, is more appropriate? We don't want him to lecture us about the saving? Yeah, he might appear. I see how it is. And another cow gone. I kinda like the cows in our neighborhood. They were cute. These buffaloes are rough in comparison, but still, feeling sorta bad about this. I used to see cows every day on my way to school. After some time, I think they even started recognizing me. More laser bridges. You're getting cows soon? I remember you mentioned that you were starting up some farmland, but cows? I wouldn't be expecting that. That feels like quite a big jump. Which is awesome, but still surprising. Did you ever drink fresh cow milk? It's delicious. I actually once milked a cow myself, sort of weird feeling at the beginning. Constant talk of cows because we're killing these poor things. Okay. Yikes. Oh. I keep remembering about the whole range thing with these guys. I guess I'll go ahead and check out this whole area and then call it a night. I did get to, like, a little waypoint, if we can call it that, here. I suppose that'll be a decent enough stopping point. But I will take another peek around the whole place. Where are you running off to? Get back here! Another fancy treasure chest? Can I jump to this guy? Hello, I am the canonical NPC. Nice weather today, right? Right? I guess that's the quintessential NPC right there. You grew up on a cattle farm and the value figures make the work involved worth it. The distribution is easier than hemp also. Oh, so you'd be doing that in addition, no? So, if I can summarize, it's worth it because it's not so bad compared to what you'll get out of it. I really want that treasure. Will you give it up already? We're clearly missing some key item here. They do that to promote backtracking to previous areas. I bet the content is solely worth it. I hope so. That's somewhere here-ish? Is there anything I can jump to fancy here? I'm gonna say no. It kinda looks like I need to jump around somewhere else. No, that's higher up. Same deal there too, I think. Still feel like there's something suspect there. Well, I suppose that'll have to suffice. Oh no. Better cast flow to whale and Genshin. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's a dangerous one. New save? Okay, well, it's better than... Alright. Alrighty. I think it's well time I headed out. I forget if I mentioned already or not, but I actually didn't sleep the night before because I was helping out with bread delivery. So, I'm ready to get some shut-eye finally. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope it was a good time. I'll catch you guys another time. Have fun, and enjoy the rest of your night if you're still staying up.